Okay, well, this is the moment at which myself and the Blues Man in the Hat reveal who the finalists are in the Bass Player of the Year and the Drummer of the Year category in this year's British Blues Awards. Now, you probably did expect a radio program, but we like to keep you on your toes, so we thought we'd do it as a little video broadcast. And instead of playing standard audio tracks, we're going to be playing you a few of the video clips. But we're going to start this process with the Blues Man in the Hat introducing the first of the drummers.
Hi there. The first on this fantastic list, and I'm telling you now, this is going to be a tough call. The first is Martin Johnson, also Martin brackets Magic Johnson as he's come to be known. And here's a clip of him laying down some tracks for Joe Harmon. And this band, as you well know, is one of the hottest bands in town. It's not wonderful quality, but it's the man doing his thing.
Okay, well, that was Magic Johnson there, and obviously that was all about the drums, so apologies to Joe Harmon fans who were thinking that her singing wasn't quite what it was supposed to be. That, of course, was during the recording, as the Blues Man in the Hat said, of her debut album. But we're going to move on to a bass player now, and this is a guy who I have long admired, and he's played with a lot of different people, and I actually took this next little bit of film of Roger Ennis playing on the Kirk Fletcher tour of the UK last year. So check him out, he's doing a little bit of a bad boy bass break solo. Yeah, it's good, isn't he?
Oh, brilliant, 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 brilliant. Now we move on to the second on our illustrious drummers list, and this is a guy called Craig Bacon. And I have to tell you that this guy doesn't ever seem to stop working. He was with Gloria Gaynor, he's got Robin Beebe, he's got this amazing list. And this year he seems to be on a never-ending non-stop tour with Mr. Nimmo and Ben Paul.
Stevie Nimmo and Ben Paul, yeah. Ben Paul's, he's certainly another hard worker, isn't he?
So that's a pretty cool duo he's been playing with. But here's a shot from another little sideline he has where he runs a rock school, and this is him teaching drums.
Okay, so that was Craig Bacon, and as the Bluesman mentioned there, he does do quite a lot of playing in and around the Nimmo clan, as does this next chap. It's a bass player, his name's Matt Beable, and he is, at the moment, he does mainly Nimmo Brothers and Stevie Nimmo stuff, but he's played with a lot of people, and he's I suppose what you call a classic bass player, in that most of the time he is very much in the background. But I did manage to unearth this little clip of him actually letting fly, getting into the dusty bit above the 7th fret. Check it out.
Okay, now we've got Hayden Doyle. Now there's a name many of you will know from this extraordinary band, Northside. I think it's this year. They're all nominated for Blues
I think
Awards.
they were. I think they were all nominated last year as well. They're a fantastic band.
Well, you can take it from that this is a pretty good band, and he's a pretty good drummer. Hayden is a kind of engine room here, and I can remember, many years ago, writing that this back line was as you couldn't run a Rizzler fag paper between them.
It's true. It's true.
Anyway, they've just travelled and toured, and they do live stuff, and they do festivals, and as a result, Hayden is known and loved throughout this country. This is
feel like I'm dying. Well, let me tell you, I feel like I'm dying. My friends tell me that I've been such a fool. Yeah, but I take it all, honey, just for loving you. I drown my sorrow when I look at what you do. Nothing stays the same, all the bad times they go. And I feel.
And yeah, of course, that was the fantastic North Side there, and as we mentioned, they are all nominated in their individual categories, as well as being nominated in the band category, as they were last year. So, and we've seen them play quite a few times, haven't we? I've had them to play.
As I remember, they were. Well, they did two things. I think they might have been at the first Hebden Festival. Second, okay, and then they attracted a lot of attention. But the great thing that I will always remember, they were the last band to play at the last festival, and they brought the ceiling down.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful moment. Everybody bouncing on the bouncing pews, holding bouncing beers.
The Church of the Bouncing Beers. But here's a band, though, that we unfortunately never had at Hebden Bridge for the Blues Festival, and I think it was probably just because they were too big and we couldn't afford them, if I'm completely honest. And that's
probably
King
the second.
And King, as you may well know, have been pretty much clearing up at these awards for the last few years, and they're no longer eligible in the band category. And but Lindsey Coulson is still in there in the bass category. He's won it, of course, but he's up for nomination again. And I did have a look around to see if there was anything that I could find with him doing bass solos or anything particularly flamboyant, but no, he's there because he's just the bass player and he just plays the bass. And so here's a little clip of him and Alan and the rest of the guys, I think over in France at a festival there, doing the Clapton song Old Love. Enjoy.
Old love, go on, oh. I can see your face, but I know it ain't real. It's just an illusion, caused by how we used to feel, yeah, and it's making me so angry to know that the flame of love still burns, flame will always burn. Lord, why can't I get over? Now will I never learn? Oh, love. Leave me.
Right, so that was a bit of King there with Old Love, and of course Lindsey Coulson on the bass there. But now it's time for a little commercial break, and we've got Kaz Hawkins with a little message for you.
Oh, lovely.
Everybody of Todmorden in Yorkshire. South Yorkshire or West Yorkshire, is it?
West.
West
It's
Yorkshire.
W,
Sorry. We are headlining on the Saturday night of the biggest ever in the world gathering of Sisters of Blues and Soul.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Now this is going to be record breaking. Do you reckon we're going to get on the Guinness Book of Records? I once nearly got in it for eating all the pies, but you know, I got a big booty. So anyway, what date?
It's 9th of July.
9th of July, we are coming to Todmorden. Is that how we pronounce it?
Todmorden?
We're from Northern Ireland, we can never pronounce
Todmorden.
anything.
Todmorden.
Todmorden.
Like, so it is.
So We just want to shout out to all the sisters who are going to be performing 3 days over the 6th of July. God, my head's away.
The
9th of
the
July.
9th of July.
And you can get tickets from sistersofbluesandsoulfestival.com.
Just check the
And
website.
we just want to say thank you to Jason Elliott for all your support.
Thank you.
And we are truly honoured to be headlining in Todmorden on the 9th of July. We are feeling good. We're coming your way. So bass!
Thank you, Kaz. Now, I believe it's your turn with the.
Oh,
Sam
right.
Kelly.
Next we've got Sam Kelly. And I love Sam Kelly. Sam Kelly has laid grooves from Los Angeles to Paris and through the UK. He's one of these drummers who's got his own band as well.
Station
You
House.
know, that's right, Station House. You know, oh, come on, Buddy Rich, come on, X Roach, come on. Dave Clark 5, anybody? This guy is very cool. And let's catch a bit of him now. If you were watching anything and everything recently, you'd have found Sam Kelly behind Imelda May,
Imelda May, yeah, that's true.
playing with her.
Mm.
So a lot of cool people think he's very cool.
And this is the 21st Black Horse Festival.
Hey, Smart! Hey, get this! There ain't no party like a station house party, cause a station house party don't stop! There ain't no party like a station house party, cause a station house party don't stop! There ain't no party like a station house party, cause a station house party don't stop! There ain't no party like a station house party, you tell 'em. Hell's up today. So sick and done confused. Give in every
Always like a little bit of Sam Kelly's Station House. You can't go wrong with that. Personally, for me, I do like the groove. Now, here's another bass player who has been tearing up on the scene for decades. His name's Derek White, and we had him, I think, at the very first Hebden Bridge Blues Festival, playing with Larry Miller.
That's right.
And but he also plays with another band called Storm Morning. And here's a little bit of him and Storm Morning down at the Tuesday Night Music Club, which is worth checking out. If you don't know anything about the Tuesday Night Music Club, Google it. But here he is, Derek White with Storm Morning, and the song is an old Jimi Hendrix song, Stone Free.
Every day of the week, I'm in a different city. If I stay too long, you know the people try to put me down. They talk about me like a dog. They talk about the clothes I wear. They don't realize they're the ones who square. And that's why you can't hold me down. Don't wanna be tied down. I gotta move on. Hey, I'm stone free to do as I please. Stone free to ride the breeze. Stone free, I can't stay. Got to get away. Lord, I can't stay.
Okay, now for this next clip, it's actually a double. It's bass and drums in the same clip, and it might seem an unusual pairing to fans of this band, but I shall let the man in the hat explain.
Well, this is that word we happen to have mentioned before, Northside. And here we got Mark Barrett depping with North Side, and he's also playing with Ian Mauricio, and they're a pretty tight group. You'll almost certainly know Mark from his days with Hoax, and who knows, they may come back and appear in your front room once again. But this is good. This is very good, and they're playing a number called Help Me.
And you should really check out Dobby. I mean, Ian Mauricio's bass playing on this. It is totally awesome. Enjoy.
Talk with me. Oh, baby, when you sleep with me. Oh, baby, when you eat, why don't you know you eat with me? If you don't help me, baby, I guess I'm gonna have to find somebody else. Ian Mauricio with a band.
Okay.
Right, now the final drummer on this list is...
That North Side was good, wasn't it? Hey.
Oh, stop it.
Okay.
That final drummer on this list is a guy called Andrew Naaman. Now, he plays with a trio called Willie and the Bandits. And Willie and the Bandits suddenly came from nowhere, as I recall, and turned up at Glastonbury in about 2014.
They're West Country boys, aren't they?
They are indeed. And they did a Stormer. And since then, they've been playing live all over the place. They particularly played on the European live and festival circuit. And just take a look at this. This is a band on a roll.
And this also has the last of my bass players as well, who's the guy called Matthew Brooks. And as the hat said there, it's a three-piece, so all of them are just as important as each other, and you really do get that. And this was recorded at the Old Clock House in Italy. Well, there you go. Those are the nominations for this year's British Blues Awards in the categories of bass and drums, sponsored by BluesandSoulShow.com and the Blues Man in the Hat. Just to have a quick revise there, on the bass we've got Matt Beable, Matthew Brooks, Lindsey Coulson, Roger Ennis, Ian Mauricio and Derek White.
And on the drums, we got Craig Bacon, Martin Johnson, Hayden Doyle, Andrew Naaman, and
Sam Kelly. Sam Kelly. Yes,
I can't say that.
Yes,
Yes, I can't say that.
Right, and yeah, I thought this would be an interesting way rather than just as a standard radio broadcast. Now, it's coming up fairly soon as a radio broadcast, and quite possibly maybe up here on YouTube as well. We've got a special about Blues on the Farm, which is next month. It's in June, the 15th, 16th, 17th, I think it is. I was there last year with most of the Blues and Soul Show crew, and I'm going back again this year. So hopefully we'll see you down there for that. That's bluesonthefarm.co.uk if you want to look it up. But thank you for being here on BluesandSoulShow.com. And if you want to find the Blues Man in the Hat, what's the web address?
I have no idea. Just look for the Blues
Just
Man in
Google
the
it,
Hat.
the Blues Man in the Hat blog and reviews. Well, you
Well-
can find it through the Blues and Soul Show website as well. So
But we've had a good time making this, and do take it seriously. Get your votes out there.
the voting.
Yes, we've got to mention the voting.
Got to mention the voting. The voting is from June the 1st, and I'm actually in it as well, being nominated in the broadcaster
Vote for
category.
him.
So make sure you vote for me.
Unfortunately, there's no category for me to be voted for.
No, they haven't got a blogging category
Well,
yet, but
I'm
I'm
working
sure
on
I'm
that.
sure
I'm
it will
working
come.
on that.
And you can find out all of the nominations and all of the categories by going to BritishBluesAwards.com. And there's various links as well. So if you're unfamiliar with some of the acts that have been nominated, certainly the way it was last year, you were able to kind of click on them and find out a bit more about them. And even just for the purposes of finding out of what's new and what's hot and what's good to go at the moment, these awards are the very best way to do that. So anyway, thanks for watching, and it's good night from me.
And good day from me.